It's always the hardest bit, is getting it in focus. Hi Gershom. I think we should probably talk about the elephant in the room at the moment, which is the old caterpillar on top of my lip. I'm doing Movember, and I have a whole video about it called Weekly Vlog number 9, which is on my channel, which if people are interested in going to see the reason why I'm doing Movember this year, I'll put a link down below, and then you can go see it there. But that's all I'm really going to talk about it here, because I've talked about it before. I think you pretty much know why I'm doing Movember. If anyone else is interested, then they can go elsewhere and look it up. I found all of the videos that you've done in the past kind of like week really, really interesting. So let's start from the top. My deepest sympathies to Thailand, because it sounds like they've lost an incredible leader, and I don't think there's any kind of like way that I could understand the kind of grief that a whole nation can go through like that. Like, I don't think there's any kind of leader who at this current moment in time who will fulfill that kind of position to have that kind of response from the nation. So, you know, like all the politicians, I don't think if the Queen died, I think maybe there would be a kind of attempt at it, but I'm not sure how sincere it would be, as opposed to just blind patriotism. Like, for instance, I wouldn't be particularly personally sad about the Queen passing. I would see it as an iconic moment in history, but not much more than that. And I think that just speaks to how kind of like distant our Queen is from us as her subjects, you know. So I think it's I think there are a lot of people who disagree with me, but I think that a lot of those people are kind of like very patriotic, as opposed to actually agreeing for a reason that like they believe that the Queen has this interaction with her subjects. So yeah, my deepest condolences, and clearly you felt like he was a great leader, and I really trust your judgment in terms of that, because of your political ideologies and stuff. So yeah, this leads me on to talk about Trump, right? So I don't know if you were as shocked as I was. I don't know if you were as upset as I was about Trump becoming the president-elect of the United States of America. Especially because he didn't get a popular vote. I think that the American system is much like the British system. It doesn't actually represent proportionality. It represents something else. So I've seen a lot of stuff from Trump supporters. I've seen a lot of stuff from Hillary supporters. I'm lucky enough to have Americans on my kind of like social media who have quite strong opinions and are expressing their opinions either way. There's one Trump supporter in particular who wouldn't have supported Trump had Hillary not been the alternative, which I find really interesting. So I've been kind of like seeing what her opinion is and trying to formulate how I feel about the whole situation around that. But it seems like, as with the presidential discussion, it's a lot of he said, she said, back and forth about, you know, like basically the discourse isn't about how can we move forward from this. The discourse is Trump shit or Hillary shit. Still. But it's moved further down now to Trump supporters are doing this, Hillary supporters are doing this, and so what I've seen from both sides is the person, because I only have one person really, who is supporting Trump, has only been showing videos of Trump supporters being abused, assaulted. She's been showing videos of Hillary lying.
I represented Wall Street as a senator from New York, and I went to Wall Street in December of 2007, before the big crash that we had, and I basically said, cut it out. Quit foreclosing on homes.
Now, who's exactly to blame for the housing crisis? I think there's plenty of blame to go around. Home buyers who paid extra fees to avoid documenting their income should have known they were getting in over their heads.
She's been showing videos of that, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's been exactly the same in the Hillary, the people that have supported Hillary, showing videos of Trump lying.
You have to go back and look and study and see what happened. They never moved the camera, and he spent so much time screaming at this protester, and frankly, it was a disgrace.
First of all, we live in a country that respects free speech. So, second of all, it looks like maybe he might have served in our military, and we got to respect that. Third of all, he was elderly, and we got to respect our elders. And fourth of all, don't boo. No. Don't boo.
Showing videos of Trump supporters being abusive and aggressive and violent and all that stuff. So, for me, it's like a never-ending fight where there's no actual discourse. It's just people going, look, your people are worse, your people have done this, these people have done this, you know. And it's probably a minority of people on both sides that are being violent and aggressive and all that stuff. I think out of the two candidates, Trump promotes racism and bigotry a lot more than Hillary does. I'm not saying Hillary doesn't, I'm saying that Trump promotes it more. I think that Trump's climate... so you were talking about climate change. That's the one thing that I'm really frightened about with the Trump thing, because he's a climate change denier.
I think that there'll be little change here. It'll go up, it'll get a little cooler, it'll get a little warmer like it always has for millions of years. It'll get cooler, it'll get warmer. It's called weather. It turns out we have a virtually unlimited supply of fuel right under our feet due to fracking and many other techniques that frankly are very new.
He is pulling out of the Paris Treaty.
President Obama entered the United States into the Paris Climate Accords unilaterally and without the permission of Congress. We're going to cancel the Paris Climate Agreement,
which could destabilize the entire treaty. He's basically set out an entire kind of like system that goes against all the progress we've made in terms of renewable energy and how we're going to use it and stuff. So, you know, it's fossil fuels, it's massive energy consumption, it's massive resource consumption in terms of plastics and paper and trees and all this stuff. And it doesn't really, it's not minimal resource, it's not renewable, it's not sustainable. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's scary times, it's unsettling times. I think the best person who I've seen have a kind of commentary on the situation in America is Philip DeFranco by miles. He's been very middle ground, he's been sympathetic, empathetic, he's been able to kind of like put a little bit of optimism in there whilst also showing that it's probably going to be a shit situation at the same time. I genuinely believe that if Hillary had got in, it wouldn't be that much better. I think I'm going to leave this video here because I've talked about a lot already and I don't want them to get too long. But I'm going to make another video replying to some of the other stuff we've talked about. There was a lot to cover in those like few videos. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon, guys. Peace out.